Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this video, that means you are ready to unbig your back. That means you are tired of the weight that you are now, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody deserves to be healthy. So I'm here, I'm gonna tell you my journey, because y'all know I'm on a fitness journey. So I'm gonna tell you what I did to lose my weight, and this is what worked for me. So just keep that in mind whenever I'm talking about this stuff, because I am not a doctor, so disclaimer for that. I am not your doctor, so go see your doctor. Make sure you get your blood work and all that stuff done. I'm just going to give you advice and tell you the things that work for me. So if you are new to my channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get into it. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory for y'all. My weight has fluctuated over the years. I actually got to my heaviest the end of last year. So I stepped in on that scale and I was like, oh no ma'am, like that don't work out for me. Like I had never seen that number ever, and it just did not work out for me at all. And I never thought I would be that heavy. But I did. You know, things happen, life happens, food happens, because it's good and we all love to eat. But like I said, I'm going to share with you what I did, because I got to a point where I was just like, no, this can't be my life. Like, this ain't healthy for one. One day I want to have kids. Like, this ain't the weight that I want to be at, you know? And then I could just feel it. It was heavy on me. And even like growing up, I was in sports a lot, so I did a lot of stuff, step team, all of that good stuff. So that stuff kept me active. And then after high school, you know, for those of y'all that know me, I'm in the Navy. So I've been in the Navy. I do work out. I have a good workout regimen. But just like anybody else, I'm on and off. On and off. You get to where you want to be, and then you fall off. You start eating bad, gain some of the weight or all the weight plus some back, and then you start again, you know. So I've had that up and down, but just last year is when I got to the absolute heaviest, and I could feel it. Like, I don't know if you like know what I mean, but you could feel it. Like, I could walk up a flight of stairs and I would be winded. Like, I could feel the weight. It was heavy on me. So at that point, that's when I knew I had to completely change something, because the weight was too heavy on me. It was way too heavy on me, and I couldn't do it. I didn't like it. I didn't want to be that heavy. I just was very uncomfortable, and I did not like what I saw in the mirror. So if that is you, go ahead and continue watching this video, because girl, hey honey, I'm gonna give you what I did, and hopefully it works out for you. So I wrote some stuff down. I got it right here. So if you see me looking this way, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I gave y'all a little bit of a backstory. You know, my weight was up and down, like I said before, you know, the fluctuating thing, trying different diets, did the military diet, did smoothie diets, did the no meat diet. Like, I've done a whole bunch of them. I took the hydroxy cuts. Like, I did, that actually worked, but that's dangerous. Don't take that. I've done all of those things. So, and of course they work, they're quick fixes, but it was nothing that ever stuck. So when last year came, I actually went home to visit my family, and then I came back and I was like, you know what? I want to work out. I'm tired of being heavy, you know? And I came back and I weighed myself, and that's when it was just like, I've never had that feeling before, of feeling like I basically gave up. Like, and it was crazy because I had never been there, and I'm always working out. I'm always doing something. Like, people that know me know I work out, I do those things, but I had just fell off and I was just eating whatever. So one thing that I did change is the way that I was eating. So a lot of people say don't do cheat days, but what I did was Monday through Friday, I had meal prep. So I would meal prep. It didn't matter what day, but I would meal prep for like 3 days. I can't do like the whole week thing. I can like meal prep, have something that day, and have something make extra for like another 2 or 3 days after that. But I can't go like past that. I start to not like stuff, and that's when I noticed myself like wanting to buy other things. So I started meal prepping, and I would have one cheat day a week. So on the weekend, one of the days I can have a cheat day, and that's not a whole day. That was like a meal. So like a cheat meal, or meaning like going out, eating fast food, something like that. Or like, I love nothing bundt cakes. So I don't know about y'all, nothing bundt cakes, ice cream, those things, I would let myself have that one day on the weekend. Or I'm a big funnel cake person. So I love those. So I would let myself have that one day on the weekend, and that is it. And I did this consecutively every week. So I started this in January. Started in January because I came back, I think I came back home January 6th or something like that, 6th or the 9th. And that's when I was like, nope, it got to change. So I started the meal prepping, did that. And along with the meal prepping, I did portion control. So portion control, I have these small bowls. I should have brought it for y'all, but I have the small like Tupperware bowls. That's just like a small, if you measure it out, it has on there, it's 2 cups. So I would literally put my food in there. When I made it, I would literally put it in there, and whatever fit in there is what I was eating. Now that might sound crazy to y'all, sound like, you know, I'm not eating, but that's not the case, because when I meal prep, it's only for dinner. So I don't usually meal prep for like lunch and breakfast. And speaking on that, I had to change that because I'm not a breakfast person. So I had to actually start eating breakfast. So usually I do protein shakes. So speaking of, this is one of the ones. So protein shakes, I love these. Premier Protein. It has 30 grams of protein in it. So this is what I would drink in the mornings. Like, this was my meal, and I was like, okay, either I'm gonna have to do some sort of meal replacement or not eat in the morning, but I know I needed to eat. So I would do these, and I love these. This is the only flavor that I like. This one and the cafe latte ones are the only ones that I like by themselves. But I had the caramel ones before, and I actually do mix these. When I want something different, I do make coffee. So I'm not a coffee person. I don't care for coffee. I don't like the taste, but I will drink it. So like if I'm extremely tired, I'll drink coffee just for the caffeine, and then I can stand it. So I would make coffee, and I would put this in there. So instead of creamer and sugar, because that stuff run right through me and make my stomach hurt, I use this. So if you are a coffee drinker and you tired of buying all the creamers and sugars, unless that's your thing, get you some Premier Protein, because they have different flavors, and go ahead and put this in there because it's sweet. So it gives you the flavor already of whatever it is, and it's really good. So I would drink that with my coffee some mornings. So if I didn't just want Premier Protein, then I would make coffee, make maybe like 8 ounces of coffee, because for one, I'm just mixing it to have the coffee, and the coffee runs through you and keeps you regular also. And I will pour a whole thing of that in there. And I will pour a whole thing, like one of the big Starbucks cups. I'll pour a whole thing in that, mix it up, good to go. And I would do it hot or cold. Just switch it up whenever you want. So that's something that I started doing different too. So, and with the portion controlling and with the meal prepping, that's what I put in there. And you might think like 2 cups ain't enough, but you can put you some rice down there, put you some veggies, and put the meat on there, and close that lid up, and I would make that, and that's what I would have. I didn't restrict myself. With this meal prepping, I did not restrict myself. I still made the spaghettis, the pastas, like I still made all of those things. Anything that I wanted to eat, I still made it, but I portion controlled it in that bowl, and I would only let myself have that much. So just keep that in mind. You still can eat the things that you want, just portion control it so that you're not overindulging. So that's something that I did change. The next thing that I changed is I got more active. So people sleep on walking. So me, I have a bad knee. So I can't, like, I can run, but I pay for it later. So my knee does hurt a lot, and I try not to do like any running. I try to make sure I do low impact workouts. So walking was a big one for me. I picked up walking. I like hiking, so I do hiking, which is walking still, but I started walking more. So I would do like 1.5 miles, 2 miles every day. At the end of every workout, I'm going to go walk. So like if you watch my videos, at the end of all my workout videos, I'm walking. Like, you don't really see me doing any other form of cardio. I do use the row machine sometimes for warm-ups, and sometimes if I just don't feel like walking or it's too hot outside, I will do the row machine. So, but walking, those steps, which brings me into my next one, counting steps. I try my best to get 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. So where I work, I cannot take my phone or like any electronics or anything in the building with me. So I don't actually know if I hit that, but I figure in that building, depending on how long I'm there, walking back and forth, because it's a really big building, I at least do 4,000 steps a day. So unless I'm only there for like a short amount of time, but I try to make sure I get 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day, like just being more active. And even if I don't work out, like I still go walking. So, and that brings me into my working out. I definitely got on a workout regimen. Like I found a workout regimen and I used an app. It's called the Fit Plan app. And it's one of those apps just like all the other ones where they have personal trainers and all that stuff on there. You pay a fee. I think it was like $20 a month. And you can find trainers and you can work out, do whatever. They have like actual trainers. So like a 6-week program, 8-week program and stuff. And I was doing that and staying consistent to it, because believe it or not, when you keep the same workouts, that's when you start seeing your results. So a lot of us like to change up our workouts, but that's not the goal. Like, you don't need to change up your workouts because you're not giving yourself and your body time to actually recover and to see progress in those muscle groups that you're working on. So I actually did that, did a 6-week program, and yeah, your girl did her thing. Like, if y'all don't know, like by now in this video, let me just show y'all, okay? Because I went from this to this. And that's in a matter of August last month. So it took me 6 months and I did it gradually. I didn't try to rush it. I didn't try to do none of that stuff. So I did everything gradually, and I just like made sure I kicked up paying attention to what I was doing. So with the working out, I lifted weights. So y'all see my videos. So if you have not seen them, make sure you go back and watch my videos. And yeah, I do everything at home in the garage. So every so often I do have a gym membership, which I need to cancel. I'm glad I'm thinking about that. But I do all of this at home, in my garage, at home workouts. Yes, I do have some stuff that they have at the gym, like the Smith machine, but most of it is just dumbbell workouts for me. Dumbbell workouts majority of the time. I actually prefer dumbbell workouts over like the cable machines and stuff. I prefer the dumbbell workouts. So if you are out there, just start. That is it. And start walking. I'm telling you, start by walking and just getting active, doing a mile every day. That's more than what you was doing like last week or the other day. Like, come on now, just start. That's it, and that's all. And it's going to take a while, yes. And everybody loses weight different. Some people lose inches first. Some people lose pounds first. I noticed my weight loss in my face, my hands, and my feet first. That's where I noticed it. And I always notice it like right here in my chest area, my face, hands, and feet. And that's where I noticed it. And I was just like, you know what? I feel like literally like my toes don't look like sausages no more. Like, I could literally tell that I'm losing weight, but I was frustrated like anybody else because you're not seeing the results where you want to see them. The last couple things that I did was, and I never really paid attention to this, but the amount of rest that I get and listening to my body. So that was something that I had to actually do, because I forgot to tell y'all, I started working out 3 days a week. That was it. I used to work out 5 days a week. That was my schedule. I would do that. But then I just was like, you know what? I don't want to burn myself out. So I'm just going to do 3 days a week. And that's what I did. I did 3 days a week. 3 days a week for 3 months, the first 3 months. And like, actually, no, I'm still at 3 days a week. Every so often I'll add another day, and it'll be like cardio and abs or like an extra glute day or something. And I'll add those in just for an extra day. But I'm still on 3 days a week. Like, still, because that's convenient and I know I can be consistent with that. So that brings me to this point. Pick something that you know you're going to be consistent with. So if you're going to meal prep on Sundays, then you're going to meal prep on Sundays. And you know on the weekends is your days to meal prep. If that's, hey, I have to have these Tupperwares like me to put my food in so I don't overfill, then do that. Like, and if it's I can only work out 2 days a week or 3 days a week, do that. But be dedicated with it and be consistent with it. I will say that. Consistency. That word, I cannot express that word enough. Like, that's something that I had to learn. That's why I'm here to tell y'all that, because it's not a joke. It's not a joke, and it's going to take a while. Consistency, just like we're recording and being an influencer. You have to be consistent, or baby, y'all gonna forget about a girl, okay? Like, y'all will forget. So, sleep. I didn't pay attention to that. Getting rest, listening to your body. Like, I worked out 3 days a week, but if I was just exhausted, then I'd be like, okay, I can't lift weights today. Like, I do not have it in me, but I'm going on that walk. Like, I'm doing that walk. And then, so I do like a short walk some days. When I actually lift, I do a short walk and it's a mile. And then when I don't lift, I do a longer walk and it's 2 miles. So now that's what I do. Like this last month, that's what I've incorporated. Before, I was doing the 2-mile one all 3 days. I was doing the 2-mile one. I was getting them steps in. But I just be mindful of it and making sure I know, like, hey, if I'm doing a short walk, I gotta make sure I hit them steps throughout the rest of the day. So, but when I'm tired, I'm tired. I actually listen to my body. I go to bed early. I don't just sit up watching shows all day long because I'm an HGTV freak. So I just actually take time and I get into bed early. And if that's just resting and not even just sleeping, like, I do that. And on the weekends, if I wake up in the morning and I'm still tired, like, I just lay there. I read. And I just watch TV until my body is just like, okay, I'm good, I'm rejuvenated, and I'll get up. Like, I don't just get up and start doing stuff anymore. Like, I actually let my body rest and I sleep. I get my rest in because, during the week, you got to wake up to an alarm to go to work. Well, at least I do. So I try to make sure I get the rest. I'm not waking up to no alarms. I just let my body naturally wake up, and then I still lay there and just relax at least for an hour. If I have something to do, then if I have that hour, I at least lay there and rest to give myself that time to recuperate, and you can tell the difference. And then something else I started doing is vitamins. Now, girl, yes, you are her. Yes, we are getting older, but we are forever young, okay? Don't let nobody tell you different, okay? We forever fine and we forever young. But we still got to take vitamins. Like, as much as we eat and we get vitamins from our food and all that stuff, I still had to start taking vitamins. So I take a 1 a day. And the one I take is a liquid. So, or you can go get the 1 a day women's. You can go to any of your grocery stores and grab these, or vitamin shops, and grab you some vitamins. Yes, take you some vitamins. It helps. I'm telling you, it helps. Especially get you some B12 for some energy or something. Like, it helps. You have to take these things, and it's going to help you. So, some supplements that I'm taking. I did do this. OxyShred. Y'all see me in the beginning of majority of my videos saying that I've taken OxyShred, and I'm not playing. I take OxyShred. That is the thing. I take it, and I feel like it has played a big part because it's a fat burner. So I take it in the morning. It says that you should take it on training days. Take 1 scoop with 10 ounces of water, and on non-training days, on training days, 1 scoop with 10 ounces of water before exercise. But don't consume after 5 p.m. and don't exceed 2 scoops per day. On non-training days, you take 1 scoop of cold water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So what I do is I started with just taking 1 scoop in the morning, and then I started using this as my pre-workout because I can't stand a pre-workout that give you the jitters. I don't like that. So I started using this as my pre-workout. So I would take it in the morning. When I'm driving to work, I would drink that on an empty stomach. Then I would take this right before my workout, like 15 minutes before my workout. And it would give me the pump, and it would make me sweat and do everything I need to do. And you do not get jitters with this. So also, another thing that I would take was these greens, Oxy Greens. So these are all from EHP Labs. I did try these out, and I do like them. So this is a daily greens. So helps you, cleans you out, does what it needs to do. Yes. And it tastes good. This one actually tastes really good. It doesn't taste green, if that makes sense. All of y'all out there know, like, when you drink greens or try to drink like a green juice or something, it tastes green. But on top of that, I also juiced. So I bought a juice, just a cheap juicer off of Amazon, and I would juice. And I would make green juices every Sunday. And I would make 6 of them, 5 to 6 of them. And that's 1 for every day. So these are the things that I'm putting in my body first thing in the morning. So first it was the OxyShred. Then it was either this greens or a green juice. And in my green juice, I would put celery, green apples, cucumber, lemon, ginger, and pineapple. Those are the things I would put in my green juices. And pineapple gives it that good flavor. And yeah, that's what I would put in there, and I would juice it, and I would drink that. And, I would put them in the little jars, put them in the fridge so they're always cold. So good to go. Something I also started incorporating about 2 months ago is some creatine. So I've heard really good reviews on this, and it's helpful, really good for muscle recovery, and everything like that for your muscles. So it really does give you good energy. So it says strength and power, endurance, energy catalyst. So it definitely does It was not a joke. I've always been very hesitant to take creatine because I thought it was going to be something that makes me just like bulk up and stuff like that. But no, it definitely, it helps me feel stronger. So I actually do feel stronger. I can lift heavier and I can last longer. I can do more reps and all that stuff. So it gives me that boost that I need. And I actually love it. And it doesn't taste like anything. So you can mix this creatine with anything. It has absolutely no flavor. So you can put this in some juice. I put it in my greens. I've put it in my Oxy Shred. I've done all of that. And you just mix it in. And it says that you take it after a workout and at least twice a day. So I usually take it after a workout. I have not boosted up to twice a day, but I do it at least once a day. I take it after a workout. So those are the supplements. I'm recently switching over to One Soul greens. I wanted to try these out. I've heard really good things about them. I did drink some this morning and it does taste kind of green. I will say that it does taste kind of green. So if you're one of them people that like can't take those type of tastes and stuff, then this is not the one that you get. I would recommend the EHP labs because they actually don't taste green. But other than that, I do like it. But I'm okay with like tasting stuff like that. It doesn't bother me. Like I can stomach that stuff. But yeah, so those are the things that I did. Those are a couple tips that I got for you. And most of all, just start. Like just start. If you start, hey, you've already taken the first step. That's the hardest thing. But change up the way you eat. Get in that kitchen, meal prep. If you're a type person that don't like to cook or you can't cook, get one of them meal prep services. Like me, honestly, I'm not for the meal prep service because baby, I can cook and I can get in my kitchen and do it. And I just find a day that works for me, you know, and I cook the stuff that I like so I can season it the way I like. And then I don't like to spend my money on stuff like that. That's just me. But I'm not here to discourage nobody. If that's what works for you and what's going to help you stay on track, do that. Because a lot of these companies, they'll put the macros on there. So it have the calories, the protein, all of that stuff on there. So you'll be able to track that. I will say the hardest thing for me to do is get enough protein. I have a hard time with getting enough protein in my body. And I didn't realize I needed so much. And I didn't realize that I actually don't eat that much. So that's why these come in handy for me. Sometimes I drink these twice a day. Because once in the morning and then like once later in the day. I try to, I do have a powder form of the cafe latte one. So I try to switch it up, and after my workouts, I try to drink one of these. So that's usually my second one for the day, depending on when I work out, like if I work out in the morning or the later in the day. But sometimes I do drink two of these because that's what gets me to where I need to be. Because this alone by itself is 30 grams of protein. But I'm telling you, like it's tough to get protein in because you also want to try to be in a calorie deficit. So that itself, and this doesn't have a lot of calories in it, it's only 160. So that's why I choose that too. But it's better to, you know, try to get your protein in with food. Of course, people are going to tell you that. But if you are just an on-the-go person or like you're struggling with eating more, get you one of those and get your protein in. So that is what I got for y'all today. Please leave your comments down below. If you have any suggestions, I'm open to it because like I said, I am not an expert, honey, and I am not a doctor. So I cannot tell you what to do for yourself, but I can tell you getting more active is the start. That's the start, honey. So getting more active, portion controlling your food, and just doing what you got to do. If you do those things, then you're going to get consistent. You're going to get a regimen. You will see results. I didn't say quick, but you will see results. But yes. So if you have advice, comments, anything, let me know, you know, if my advice worked for you. If you're taking my advice. If you have advice for me, any comments, leave them down below, please. And I am here to answer your questions, tell you about my journey and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Thank you for everybody that supports me and my channel. I know I started a long time ago and I fell off and I stopped for a while. You know, life happens. But I am here and I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to go through the journey with you and unbig your back. Because I'm tired of mine being big too. And I want to wear the cute clothes too. Because baby, we outside. Okay? But go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. And until next time, babies, I'll see ya. Peace.